Hello me hearties, and welcome to another episode of Heart Scales. This particular video was a request by Jason Pumpkin 8395, and it just so happened that I was going to be sealing an enclosure anyway. So I asked my husband to help record me doing that, and voila! A short and sweet guide to sealing an enclosure was born. I mean, I still had to edit and write my little script and narrate and all that, but you know what I mean. So without further ado, let's go over how to safely and properly seal an enclosure for your reptile using silicone. In order to seal your enclosure and give it a watertight barrier against leaks, you will need silicone, of course, and a caulk gun. This is the caulk gun that I like. It's called a Viper. It comes with everything you need to open up and use your silicone, including a built-in spout cutter. It is lightweight, very easy to use, and to insert your silicone. This is the silicone that I prefer to use for my reptile enclosures. It is the GE Kitchen and Bath Products Supreme Silicone in clear. It does come in white, but if you'd prefer it to be less noticeable, I recommend grabbing the clear version. I prefer the option that has a lifetime guarantee against mold and cures within 30 minutes. Keep in mind, I still recommend waiting a full 24 hours before adding your substrate and decor and ultimately your animal to ensure there are no health issues caused by an uncured sealant. There are other options available that look very similar but do not have the lifetime guarantee against mold, so just double check that you're getting the correct one. Before you can silicone, you'll need to remove the tip of the silicone spout. That is where the spout cutter comes in. You'll just need to place the tip of your silicone spout into the spout cutter hole, hopefully with more ease than what I had. And then you just pull the trigger. Just pull, there you go, to cut off the tip and open your silicone. The last step before your silicone is actually open and available to use is to pierce the inner seal using the puncture tool on your caulk gun. That is that long metal rod on the front bottom of the barrel, and it twists out just like so. They aren't sharp, at least the one on the Viper isn't, so it shouldn't poke you. You just push it down into the now open spout of your silicone tube until you feel a little pop and break through the inner seal. You'll know for sure when you pull it back out and there is wet silicone on the puncture tool. Make sure you don't skip this step, or like a certain YouTube creator, you might find yourself trying fruitlessly to silicone things with your caulk gun and be confused as to why it's not working for a laughable amount of time before you figure out that you forgot to punch open the inner seal. In order to insert your silicone into your caulk gun, you will just need to pull back the metal rod in the middle, known as a ladder hook, and then just place your silicone inside the cartridge holder like so, making sure it is fully within the tube, or it will be difficult or impossible to push out the silicone. Then push the ladder hook back in as far as it will go, and you're ready to seal your enclosure. As a quick aside, this is going to be a lot easier if you're able to first remove the doors to your enclosure so you have as much space to move around as you need to while you work. Now you're ready to start siliconing. Simply move the caulk gun along the bottom, sides, and corners of your enclosure, gently and consistently squeezing your trigger as you move. Now, I am certainly no expert at caulking, so I tend to overdo it a bit on the silicone, and it's not always a perfect line, but that will come with time and experience. I do all around the bottom edges, and I go slightly up the corners, but you do not need to go all the way up to the top. The point of this is simply to ensure that water does not leak out of the bottom of your enclosure, especially if you are going to be creating a bioactive enclosure. Okay, so you get the idea. Now the last step to completing the seal and ensuring your freshly laid silicone does the job and looks nice will require a little bit of water and either some paper towels or a pair of disposable gloves. I personally prefer to use a few paper towels because it is the eco-friendlier option, and I found it works just as well for me. Simply wrap the paper towel around a finger or two, and then dip it into the water in order to do this last step. Now, you're going to use that damp paper towel around your fingers to run along the silicone like so, and press it into the cracks and smooth it out nicely. The water helps prevent the silicone from sticking to you and allows your finger to glide much more smoothly without stuttering and disrupting the line of silicone. Smoothing immediately after application this way also ensures it is pushed evenly into all nooks and crannies, and it looks more professional once cured. It also makes cleaning easier in the long run. And there you have it, folks. Wait for 24 hours to let your silicone cure, and then you have a ready-to-go, fully sealed waterproof enclosure. I hope you found this little guide helpful or at least somewhat entertaining. If so, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and acquire snakes. Bye-bye now. So you can actually insert that in here. And cut off the tip. Ta-da!